First Bite. Sweet and Sour Mystery, Book 1. Written by Flynn. 1. I never wanted, or expected, to be a part of the news, especially in a story I couldn't publish. But such was my life as a small-town newspaper reporter, with seriously bad luck. But first I had to do a little bitching about my old job, as I stumbled upon my new job, and new life. I hate snow. I hate snow. I hate snow. That was my mantra, as I eased down the wintry county road. I was alone in my small beat-up old sedan. It was 50,000 miles overdue for a checkup, but the wealth of a newspaper reporter wasn't exactly counted in dollar amounts. It was more like a calling. An urge to know the truth. A longing to shed light on the facts. Or that's the bullshit I kept telling myself, as I inched past the 2-foot-high snowdrifts that stood as sentinels along either side of the road. Why couldn't they have waited to lay me off some other time? Like July. I muttered to myself. It was true. I was unemployed, or rather in between jobs. The old job was 200 miles behind me, and the new one was 100 miles and a mountain pass in front of me. I glanced out the windshield and sighed. The freak weather storm had been predicted, but I never thought I'd see such weather for early October. The only excuse was the road I found myself on, sat somewhere around oxygen tank elevation. A flurry of thick white snowflakes fell from the dark gray sky above me. The whiteness stretched forever, as did the rest of the scenery. I was in a stretch of the country that had few houses, and even fewer cities. The hamlets and valleys I'd passed through could have been missed if I blinked. Clumps of small forests and rolling hills pocketed the land to my left. On my right was the constant companion of an ice-filled river, with its banks peppered with tall bare-bone trees, occupied by the occasional unfriendly predator bird. Above me, the sky showed that there was only an hour left until dark. Why couldn't you have asked them for a little more time? I scolded myself, as I rounded another corner in the country road. Them was my soon-to-be employer, a newspaper in a far-off city. I would be at the bottom of the totem pole, a novice reporter in an unfamiliar metropolis. The city I left behind was my hometown, but it had done me wrong by not offering me any job opportunities. My flight from the unemployment line hadn't been well received by my mother. "What do you mean you're moving?" she'd shrieked after I told her the good news that I'd found a job. They're the only ones who
Sample complete. Ready to continue?